What's up, YouTube? Today we're talking about Ibanez. Ibanez is a top brand for me. One of my go-to brands, my favorite brand. If I had to pick just one brand, it would probably just be Ibanez. There's a lot of people that might think these guitars are just only for shredding. That's not completely true. There's a lot of different styles of Ibanez's. I still want to get a hollow body. That's on the bucket list. Got to get that old hollow body sound. Great guitars. All the reviews, everything points to the fact that those are great guitars. So definitely want to add that to the Ibanez collection. But for now, let's go through some of what I have for a collection here. And talk about the differences, why I have them, why I'm going to keep them, and why you should maybe include an Ibanez in your collection and compare it to some of the other models in here. So this right here, RG450DX, this model is a mid model. It's got the Floyd Rose bridge, well, not a Floyd Rose bridge, but an Ibanez trem. Branded trem that is a Floyd Rose style, so you're gonna get those lovely all the sounds from that you can get, just and it holds. A great system. If you really go heavy on it, it will wallop out. So, some of the pros of this is you're bang for your buck. Bang for your buck on this model.
Great to have in your collection. Well, see, there you go.
That's reality. We're gonna leave that in. The guitar does not see a lot of use, but yet that falls off. So, so they're gonna cut around the corners for certain things. The wood is not going to be the greatest wood. It's got, a lovely feel, but it's not going to be, I guess, expensive tone wood style. The neck is a, what is it? A Jatoba board. Jatoba, the strange wood. Looks like rosewood. Feels fine. Well, I shouldn't say it looks like rosewood. It's a lighter shade. If I compare this to an actual rosewood guitar, you can see the difference. Rosewood, but this one has granted 1985. And then you have the Jatoba. So there is definitely a difference in woods. A difference in the visual. As far as playing it, there's a tonal difference, but you would have to have Superman ears to hear it. And the feel. The feel of the board feels fine by my fingers. Get in there and check it out. These frets look great. There's nothing wrong with them. So these, it's got this sparkle metallic finish. Great finish. It comes in other finishes too, and you can get these things used. So again, price, affordability, playability. But as you can see, it's not the best, not the best. If you look in the cavity right here, they missed some spots. The spray is not perfect. There's a couple quality control issues on the nut right here. Well, I guess it's not really the nut, but on the where I guess would be the binding, there's a little spray over. This guitar is made in Indonesia. People want to argue that maybe Indonesia is inferior. I don't think it plays inferiorly. I don't think it plays inferior. I play inferior. That's how it is. The moment you hit record on these things, suddenly you don't know how to play anymore. you know, tonally, whew, it would help if I turned off the reverb. So tonally, there is definitely a nice tone that you get through these pickups. That's a crunch setting. Let's go to the great guitar to have if you just want to beat something up. You don't want any worries. I bought it for my son. It's my son's guitar. So when he gets old enough to want to play, he'll have something that he can just destroy and not worry about. And then if he gets good, he has somewhere to reach up to. You know, you can swap the pickups on this and make it sound better. There's a lot of things you can do, but I would say that an intermediate shredder is a great thing to have. That's why it's part of my collection. We're back. So here it is. Another addition that I think everyone should have and explore, that is Ibanez, is a single pickup Ibanez. Most people don't think single pickups when they single coil pickups, sorry, when they think Ibanez. Usually you're thinking humbuckers. Usually you're thinking, you know, shred guitars with a tremolo system, which this does have a tremolo system. It does, but right now for this demo here, we don't have it in here. Not really important. What is important is just the tone you get from this guitar. It does not sound like the last guitar. And what you can hear here is the single coil sound. Some might describe it as quacky. It's a little quacky. So you hear that snap? That's the bridge position. Now let's do the these two together. So you get a good snappy sound of it. Single coil Ibanez, they exist. This guitar is just not in tune. I should have prepared for this, but I just wanted to, you know, explore this with you guys real quick. But love a good single coil. Love it. Throw a little chorus on there. Splash of some delay. Maybe the ever so touch of the tube screamer. Beautiful sounding. Beautiful sounds. So, single coil. If you don't have them, and if you're exploring Ibanez, they got them. This is, of course, a vintage Marty McFly 1985 RS430 Deluxe, of course. But they make other ones. They make an AZ series that has you know, all three of the AZ, I don't know if it's the AZ-ES or if that's what it's called, but they do make single coils. I would advise you check them out. They also make, you know, the Prestige AZ models. And you can find some even Tele style. They just, you know, Ibanez is really going crazy these days as far as trying to cater to those other styles and other sounds, especially the ones you can get out of a single coil. Love a good single coil. Now let's check out another. If you haven't figured it out, this is a 7-string. This is the reason I got into Ibanez to begin with. I was a teenager, you know, barely 13, something like that, when I first heard Korn, or maybe a little older, 14, somewhere in there. And it was their first album. I'm old. So, you know, 7 strings were new. I did know of one person who played them as well, was Fear Factory. This guy right here is tuned in B flat, probably. This was my first real guitar. I'll do a deep dive on it in a Tones and Thoughts video once I do a little bit of work on it. It's got a loose jack here. The neck position likes to get funky. It'll probably get funky right now. Well, of course, because it's on the spot, it seems to be doing good. But this is... Now we're venturing into something that Ibanez is, well, should be known for. This guitar was made in Indonesia. This guitar was also made in Japan. This one is another made in Japan, RG7620. This guitar came out in 1998. I received it in 99 as a gift from my dad. It was my first real guitar. Maple neck, rosewood board, or it might be a different box. No, it's not ash. I know it's not ash. When I do the deep dive, we'll get those specs out of there. But basically, this was a low pro edge florid rose trem. So this tremolo was what I was looking for. You know, I had a Squire to begin with, and we moved on to this. This was the real deal Holyfield as far as tone and getting it to sound like a pro. And you know, with this guitar, played so many gigs. This guitar has been gigged to death. Reverb from Doom. So yeah, as you can see, lots of, in my opinion, there's lots of mojo from this guitar. So, Ibanez 7-string. You know, I have the fancier one, the 752 AHM. There's really not much of a huge difference except for the fact that this thing was beat up and I felt like I needed to replace it. That is the perfect replacement. If you have not heard of it or seen it, I'll put up a link at the end. Check it out. That is the 7-string, you know, of all 7 strings. But I just wanted to show you my first 7-string because I think if you're into heavy music, you know, I'm not sure about 8 strings, but more power to you if you're into it. Ibanez makes those too, but a 7-string, gotta go Ibanez. So let's check out another one. All right, guys, last model here. Excuse me. Last model you'll see is a vintage Ibanez. I think if you're gonna be a collector of Ibanez, and further you fall down the rabbit hole, you're gonna realize that you're gonna want some sort of vintage Ibanez. And if you go to the lawsuit era, then not only can you get something that is very vintage and pretty collectible and rare, you can get something affordable. This guitar was very affordable. It was $600 some odd on Reverb. Killer deal. These pickups weren't original, at least they might have not have been. There's a video for that. I'll post it. You can click the link. But there was some restoration done. Pretty much everything in here is vintage, though. I have a Maxon Super 70s pickup in the neck position. And then we have a very old, but who knows how old, Gibson Burstbucker. So between, it's going to give it a nice, authentic sound as far as a Les Paul, which is what I was looking for. The 70s Ibanez pickups, the Super 70s, sometimes they have a tendency to be harsh and don't really sound much like a Gibson. They kind of sound like, I don't know, like their own thing. They sound great still, but I was kind of looking more for that. So I did do a pickup swap. I have the originals, but yes, you can check more details on that. This is obviously vintage, so, rosewood was not a problem. It was in full supply, and you can hear just the tones. So great sounding instrument, super affordable, vintage. If you try to find a 1975 Gibson or Fender, you might have to put a loan out from the bank. You're not going to be able to afford, even if it was, the pickups weren't original or questionable like this one was, you still wouldn't be able to afford it. At least it wouldn't be considered affordable. So, I appreciate you if you stuck around watching these. These are the layers of Ibanez that I have in my collection. And as far as I'm concerned, these are the guitars that you would want to have in your collection if you really became an Ibanez aficionado, or just wanted to, maybe look at this video and pick one. But they definitely have a lot of guitars that can suit your needs, and I appreciate taking the time to watch my explanation for my obsession. So it would not be a complete, full review without talking about Ibanez's Prestige lineup. So after a little bit of thought, I thought there's really no way I can avoid it. It is a 7-string, but it still represents the Prestige lineup, which basically what you're getting here is a made in Japan. Some of the other ones I showed you were made in Japan, but this is a made in Japan that is considered top of the line. Now they have two tiers there in the made in Japan top of the lines. There's the Prestige that you see here. And then there's some of the J Customs. J Customs are a little harder to find. They're pricey. They're about twice the price that you would find on, say, this guy. So, what you get when you buy Prestige is you're getting a guitar that has had a lot more attention to detail while making it. We're talking quality standards, raise the bar. They really take their time. You'll never find frets that you'll never feel the frets practically. It's, Ibanez is known for being a fast player. The Prestige lineup is known for being the best of the best, the creme de la creme of what they have to offer. So, that's kind of, what you need to know as far as what the Prestige is. You're going to pay a premium dollar. And they've gotten more expensive. This was an $1,800 guitar when I purchased it in 2018. It was $1,699 after taxes, about $18. I put it on a credit card, so there might have been $19. So, but to me, worth it. Especially in 2018 when I got it. I got it brand new. So it represented a nice jump in quality as far as just some of the tone woods that versus this old beater that I was using. I don't know if I would gig with this, but at the same time, I know that it's probably not one that you might want to gig with routinely. This is more of a gigging style guitar, because there's not a lot of, fancy woods to it. This is an ash body, very soft wood. This is a bird's eye maple neck, very fancy neck. Then you can see that fret job. Love a good fret job. Love it. So, you've got, you're not going to see any of the paint mistakes. You're not going to see anything except dust. You're not going to see anything on this guitar that is going to make you think that it was built without just top-notch quality. And, the fretboard itself was a little lighter in color. The bird's eye seems to have darkened. So, versus, just judging from pictures from when I first had it. What else do you get with the Prestige lineup? You get a quality built instrument with that's more time has been taken on it. You get better pickups. These ones here were ceramic pickups mixed with Alnico. These pickups are DiMarzio's. This one's actually very comparable to this. Again, the woods and just the burst and everything else is the only real difference. And right now the tuning. But yeah, what you get with this guitar is just that craftsmanship and that knowledge that you're getting just premium quality wood. Tone woods, if you believe in them, they make a difference. The playability on this is nice. The snappiness of the neck, it just, when I first played these side by side, especially when it's brand new, I could definitely tell the difference. Could be because this one's just so beat up and this one's new, but it also is just that the neck gives it a different tone, different tonal quality. So there you go. Had to update it to include the Japanese top of the line. So, that's the complete lineup now. So if you like what you see here, check out all the videos that I have on these. I'll put in links in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. See ya.